In this video, I will show you 5 programming project ideas that you can try out in your next project in 2021. If you're a programmer and you're looking for your next project idea, then this video is the perfect video for you. Or even if you're just a non-programmer and you're kind of trying to see what you can do with coding. So the project ideas in this video are going to go from easier to harder. And I've made sure that I put in a variety of different aspects and areas of coding, such as app development, websites, games, and things like that. And all of the code files and things are all in the description if you want to check them out. Also, according to YouTube statistics, only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind later. Let's get into the video. Alright, so this is the first coding project I've got on the list today. It is a simple game, a Pong game, made with Python Pygame. If you didn't know already, Pygame is a game development library in Python and you can make games with it. It is very beginner friendly and it doesn't take very long for you to start learning it and make your first game. As you can see on your screen, it is just literally a black and white screen and it's not really, there's not any graphics involved that's too complicated. But the idea is there. I mean, there is a ball and you have to hit it. It's a 2-player game. And the left player controls with W and S, and the right player controls with the arrow keys. And if you fail to get the ball and it hits the wall, then the other player gets 1 point. I actually did a YouTube video about this where I made this game in 30 minutes, and it's a pretty limited amount of time. If you gave me more time, then I can probably add more features, such as if a player reaches this many points, then that player wins, or something like that. I'll leave the video link in the description if you want to check it out. And obviously all of the code files are in GitHub, and I'll leave a link to that as well if you want to look at the code. It only contains 3 files, 2 for the ball and the paddle objects respectively, and 1 for the main.py, the main thing that we run. Alright, moving on. Here's the second app that I've got for you guys today, the second project. It is an app made with Flutter, and it is a to-do list app, kind of a task manager app. And here's a demo of it on your screen right now. You can kind of put things down as the title and description, and then you can go back and it automatically saves the task for you. You can go back and edit the task, or you can also add in to-dos. You can just hit enter and then it appears on the screen. And then you can even mark them as done, as you will shortly see here. As you can see, when I click one of the things, it turns purple. And at the moment, there isn't a way to delete the to-dos, but that can definitely be something that can be implemented. It's pretty easy to implement. And if you delete the task, then it disappears from the home screen. The database I'm using to store all of the data is SQLite, as you can see there. This sort of SQLite syntax right there. And yeah, it's nothing's fancy, nothing like Firebase, not cloud storage, but it's kind of just stored on the local device. It's pretty simple though. If you haven't learned Flutter already, I strongly recommend you learn Flutter. It is great. It's probably going to replace React Native as the best cross-platform app development framework. And yeah, I'll leave the source code as well as the tutorial in the description down below for this project if you're interested in making it on your own. Here is the third project idea that I have on my list. Also, the video recording is kind of glitchy here. I think there's a problem with my video recording software, so sorry about that, guys. So we're kind of getting into the more complicated end of today's list. And this is actually a instant messaging app. And you can sign in, as you just saw there, or you can also sign in with Google. Yeah, so you can just put in your Google email and password and it'll sign in for you. So yeah. So for this one, I'm actually not using SQLite, I'm using Firebase. But yeah, you will see the code in a second. Just like the last app, this app is also made with Flutter, and I think Flutter is just very good, which is why I put 2 of the Flutter apps on this list. And it's definitely going to be one of the best things in the future. It's one of the most enjoyable frameworks that I've learned. Yeah, so on the left-hand side of the screen, there is Android and Android emulator, and then on the right-hand side is an iOS simulator. And I can log out. As you can see on the Android, I've already got a contact, but you can add contacts by clicking on the search icon at the bottom right. I'll showcase that in a second. If I click the search icon at the bottom right of this phone screen, then it brings me to a search screen, and then I can search. It's actually a smart search, where if you just put in 1 character, it automatically searches the database and it finds the best result for you. And I didn't have to use any kind of search engine. I just implemented it on my own. It's kind of the algorithm was implemented by myself. And yeah, when you go into the chat screen, you can start chatting, and instantly the message appears on both the sender and the receiver's screen. And it's pretty cool. And obviously there's many things that can be improved about the app. For example, I'll just list a few that you can, when the user signs up for an account, you could send a verification email to the user. That could be something that could be added. And or alternatively, the user interface just in general could be improved. It's kind of very simple at the moment. And also you can't edit or delete messages, and the messages aren't encrypted either in the database. So you would kind of want to have an encryption for the messages in a real app if you're going to put it into production. I actually started this project by following a tutorial by Sanskar Tiwari. I'll leave the link to the tutorial down below. But I also added in loads of new things that he didn't add in the tutorial series, such as the sign in with Google or the smart search. And of course, the source code is available in GitHub. I'll leave that link as well. And make sure to follow me on GitHub if you want to, so that you get to see all of my latest repositories and when I do any new projects. The next project that you see on your screen right now is actually a web app, a web application, and it is built with Python Flask, the Flask framework. It is one of the most popular web frameworks in the world, and it's actually how I got into web development. It's the first web framework I ever learned. It's very interesting. I like it a lot. So the basic idea of this web app is that people can make posts, and other people can see the posts, and they can like the post, or and they can also comment on them. And yeah, so as you can see right now, this is the user authentication page. We're not into the main body of the website yet, but this is kind of the authentication, and you can sign up or log in. Yeah, the user interface is quite nice in my opinion, and I'm quite proud of that. When you click the sign up button, you actually get sent an email with a verification code which you have to put in before it completes. I'm not gonna show my email, but I can prove to you that there is this step. But as you can see, there's a function and there's a route where you can verify the email, and there's a pretty simple algorithm where I kind of I store all of the verifications, I generate a random one, and then I see if the user gets it correct, and you can see the code right here. Right now I'm actually going to log in and show you the main page, the main body of the website, and yeah, I'm just put in my password. You can see the password, it's password I think. Oh wait, no, that's actually the incorrect password. Let me try again. Okay, yeah, that's right now. Here the user interface could be better. I didn't really design it that well, but yeah, also ignore the Spotify logo on the right, the top left. That's just, I needed a logo and I didn't want to make one. Yeah, so this, like the account page, you can choose a photo, do whatever you want, and then update the password, update your username, just whatever you can do in a real app. One thing that's very cool is that I've actually added a search engine into this. So unlike the chat app that I just showed you, where I wrote my own algorithm, I actually use a pre-made search engine, which is Elasticsearch. As you can see, Elasticsearch. So I didn't have to write my own algorithm, and the search is probably a lot smarter than my last project. You can see here I configure it. And the search engine is actually run on a separate localhost server, so it only works when the server is up. So when it's not up, I just did a try and accept in my code, and I said I just say that it's under maintenance and it's not working at the moment. But yeah, so as you can see, I'm starting up the server right now. It takes a bit of time, maybe 10 or 20 seconds. And when I actually do the search, it's pretty smart, as you'll see. It says 3 results. I could probably make the UI a bit better, but the URL also updates. It says search query equals test. And then you can see all of the things that kind of contain test are all shown up, sorted by relevance. If I do something else like hello, you can see hello world, hello there, hello my name is Simba. It all shows up, sorted by relevance. And then yeah, that's how search works. If you're looking for a search engine in your app or your website, I strongly recommend Elasticsearch. It is great. It's free as well, and it's genuinely just amazing. My experience with it has been very good. And you can comment on a post, you can edit the comment, and you can delete it. The user interface here is kind of bad, but yeah, I just didn't really bother to change it or make it better. Unfortunately, I can't show the source code for this because I'm actually working on this for my school, so it might go into production potentially. This final project idea that I've got for you guys today is an RPG game made in Unity. Now, if you didn't know what an RPG is, it is a role-playing game. So you have a character and you kind of do things with it, and you can decide what you want to do, things like that. That's how a role-playing game works. And Unity is one of the most popular game engines in the world. This game is actually made by Brackeys, and he's done a tutorial on that. So as you can see on your screen right now, I've just kind of screen recorded some of his tutorial, and this is kind of how the game works. It's pretty nice. There's a lot of good graphics involved, and he teaches you how to do the gameplay as well as how to make the graphics. And Unity is amazing, and a lot of the best games today that you know are made with Unity, such as Among Us and Fall Guys, just to name a few. And if you're a beginner and you want to get started with Unity, Brackeys has also made an excellent tutorial on how to begin making games in Unity. As you can see on your screen, this is kind of the end product that you'll make. It's the beginner game that he's going to teach you how to do. Unlike Pygame, which was the first project on the list, Unity has a lot of built-in things that are really great, such as the physics engine, and you don't have to kind of make everything from scratch. And that's the end of today's video. If you learned something from it, I would really appreciate if you can leave a like on this video. And if you didn't enjoy this video, make sure to smash the dislike button. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.